At family dinner with her family, my fiancé said, "You're lucky I'm marrying you, and you should be glad if I don't cheat on you."
I was halfway through my mashed potatoes when my fiancée decided to ruin her own life. Her entire family was sitting around the dinner table in her parents' house outside Chicago. Her dad was carving ham. Her little sister was secretly recording TikToks under the table. And her mom kept asking when we were finally setting a wedding date. Everything felt normal. Until Vanessa lifted her wine glass, laughed, and said, "You're lucky I'm marrying you." The whole table went silent. I awkwardly smiled because I thought she was joking. Then she added, "And honestly, you should just be glad if I don't cheat on you." Her sister choked on her drink. Her dad froze mid-slice. And Vanessa, she just smirked like she'd said something cute. I felt my face burn. "Excuse me," I asked. She rolled her eyes. "Oh my god, relax, I'm kidding." Then she leaned closer and whispered, "No, seriously, guys like you don't exactly get a lot of options." A few nervous laughs bounced around the table. Not because it was funny. Because everyone was uncomfortable. I looked at her mom, hoping someone would defend me. Instead, she gave me this tiny pity smile. Like she agreed. And right there, something inside me clicked shut. Quietly, I smiled back at Vanessa. "You're right," I said calmly. "I should be grateful." And that scared her more than yelling ever could. Because calm people plan things. Now here's the thing about Vanessa. Online, she acted like the perfect fiancé. Perfect daughter. Perfect businesswoman. Perfect future wife. But behind closed doors, she was cruel. She mocked my salary. Flirted with other men in front of me. Made fun of my clothes. Even insulted waiters for fun. And every time I tried leaving, she'd cry. Apologize. Promise to change. Then go right back to humiliating me. But after that dinner, I was done. And unfortunately for Vanessa, I worked in finance. Which meant I knew exactly how fake her life really was. See, 6 months earlier, she started this luxury skincare company. Online it looked insanely successful. Influencers. Designer packaging. Private launch events. But because she was my fiancé, I helped organize some of her finances. And during that process, I found something interesting. Her business was basically a disaster wearing expensive lipstick. Maxed out credit cards. Unpaid loans. Fake engagement numbers. And the best part, she'd been secretly using investor money for personal expenses. Trips. Designer bags. Botox. Even the bracelet she wore at dinner that night. I confronted her once before. She laughed and called it girl math. So after family dinner, I made a decision. I wasn't gonna scream. I wasn't gonna beg. I was just gonna let Vanessa introduce herself to the world. 3 weeks later, Vanessa hosted a huge launch party for her skincare brand in downtown Chicago. Influencers everywhere. Champagne towers. Photographers flashing every 2 seconds. And she was loving it. Every 5 minutes she posted another story. Hard work pays off, kiss mark. Built this empire myself. Boss women only. I almost admired the confidence. Almost. Then Vanessa grabbed the microphone for a speech. "I just want to thank everyone who supported my self-made journey." That's when I stood up. Holding my phone. "Actually," I said loudly. "Before everyone celebrates." The room went dead silent. Vanessa froze. I connected my phone to the projector behind her. And suddenly, bank statements. Wire transfers. Receipts. Screenshots. One after another flashed across the giant screen. The room gasped. Vanessa's face turned completely white. "What are you doing?" she screamed. I looked at the crowd. Just helping everyone understand where their investments went. People immediately started pulling out their phones. One investor stood up. "You used company funds for a vacation to Mykonos." Another shouted, "Is this real?" Vanessa ran toward the projector. But it was too late. Because then came the final slide. A screenshot of messages between Vanessa and her friend. "He's boring but stable, I'd never marry him if he wasn't useful." Dead silence. Absolute silence. Her mom looked horrified. Her sister whispered, "Oh my god." And Vanessa. She turned toward me with tears forming instantly. "You're embarrassing me." I laughed softly. "No, Vanessa. You did that yourself." Then I handed one investor a folder full of printed evidence. Turned around. And walked out. The fallout was brutal. Her investors sued her. Brand deals disappeared overnight. Her luxury empire collapsed within days. And once the story spread online, former employees started speaking up too. Then old friends. Then even an ex-boyfriend. Turns out, I wasn't the only person she treated horribly. Within a month, she lost almost everything. The business. The apartment. Most of her friends. Even her parents stopped defending her publicly. And me. I moved on peacefully. New apartment. Better job. Therapy. Sleep. The kind of silence that feels like finally surviving a hurricane. Then one night, about 4 months later, I heard a knock at my door. And there she was. Vanessa. No designer clothes. No perfect makeup. Just puffy eyes. And regret. The second I opened the door, she started crying. "I made a mistake," she whispered. I stared at her quietly. She grabbed my hand. "Please, I lost everything." I slowly pulled my hand away. And for the first time in our entire relationship, I saw fear in her eyes. Not because she loved me. Because she finally realized something. The man she thought had no options was the one person holding her entire life together. I smiled softly. Then said, "You should just be glad I didn't cheat on you." And closed the door.